Hello. Stop laughing. Yes, it's the Until Next Week podcast. We're back for episode 45. I say we're back. Dane's not here. He's still going through his treatments and everything. But we do have a guest on the pod. What is your name, guest?
Hello, it is Jackson P. Frazier.
Jackson P. Frazier, yes.
On the mic
this
afternoon.
He's a character. That's all I got to say. But we're going to jump in, have a good episode, and it'll be a good time. And also, Merry Christmas to everyone out there, because it is now November. It is Christmas season, and we'll talk about that.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, too. So this is episode 45 of the Until Next Week podcast. Welcome back to the Until Next Week podcast. Dane, as I already said, is not in the studio, and we are here with Jackson P. Frazier, emphasis on the P.
My friends call me JP.
JP. Oh, just like the pastor, JP Pokluda. We have JP on the podcast.
We are the same height. From
the Becoming Something podcast. Yes. How are you doing, JP? How's the ministry?
I'm doing well. You know, Fort Worth has been very steamy this time of year. You know, deep into the fall season. So
yeah.
We're making our way through.
Wow.
My porch has gotten. I've been adding onto my porch.
Is that a joke because he did the porch ministry? I mean,
yes.
That's because you did the porch ministry. Is that why, JP?
Yes. I mean, back when I was a pitcher.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
No, we can't. This is good. This is all good podcast content. So, yes, we're in with Jackson Frazier, a longtime friend. We met in college.
We were birthed from the same woman.
No, what are you talking about?
About 25 years ago, and then separated at birth.
That is... I did not realize that. This is first I've heard of it. Thank you for the great clarification there, Jackson.
You're welcome.
So are you a Sin or am I a Frazier? That's what I got to know now.
We are both neither.
We're neither. Okay. Wow. You heard it here first on the podcast. So we are, I guess, brothers separated at birth.
Absolutely. And before we go any further, the audience just needs to know Samuel is wearing a wife beater during the first week of November.
It's called a white tank top.
I might need to get on your same level, Sam.
Oh, it's nope. Keep your clothes on. Keep your clothes on. This is thank you for being an audio only podcast, because that was about to get weird. You bring a guest on, you expect them to control themselves, and
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, not at all. Okay. You've made me lose my train of thought a little bit, but just, hey. Tell us about yourself.
Okay.
I don't know. You can tell like anything, just really short. What's one thing that people need to know about you, Jackson?
I always
Frazier.
got the most anxiety on the first day of school, and the teacher would say, "Let's play 2 truths and a lie." That is the most terrifying game to play. I don't know. I don't know why.
What would be your lie? Or would you lie 3 times? Or
My lie is that
truths?
we were separated at birth.
Oh, dang it. I should have...
So I'm JP Frazier, also known as Jack Phil Fraz. I'm from Springfield, Missouri.
Follow on Instagram. Yeah.
Yes. Follow, like, subscribe, smash that like button.
Yes, smash it. Okay.
So Samuel and I met at the Vine.
Yep.
Shout out to the Vine,
which is college ministry at Missouri State University, where we both attended. It's kind of crazy how that works.
Yes, we did. Samuel and I did our undergrad together at Missouri State. We did our bachelor's of accounting.
Yep.
Then we split ways to do our master's in 2 different areas.
Because I wanted to be an MBA because it's the closest thing to the NBA, and you just wanted to get a new computer. Yeah, because you got your Mac. Yes,
I got my Mac.
Your Master of Accountancy. But
Mac
we're
guy.
Basically on the same path now, just doing our own things. But we're both here today, just recording a podcast together. And, this was the ultimate goal from the beginning. Like from the inception of our friendship, I knew that one day I would have a podcast with someone else. And then one of these days I would need to fill in. And we have finally reached that day on this early day in November of 2023. So thank you for helping us reach our goals, long lost brother.
Thank you, Samuel. Some may say this is the of our friendship. Yes.
Yeah, that's
indeed.
cool though. Something else about us. There was a brief time before this podcast even started that I was like, hey, we should start a podcast together. And you're like, that's a great idea. And then nothing ever happened with it. But
we were too busy studying the library. You know how it goes. We were library
buddies.
Yes. Late nights studying tax, wonderful things.
Just so much studying we couldn't do a podcast. And then you moved away to Tulsa. And then you moved back to Springfield. And now Yeah, you've been back for like 5 months.
I've been back since June, and apparently none of my friends have known that I've been back here for the last 5 months.
Yeah,
a large failure on my part.
Yeah, I think you moved back like in June, and I had not seen you up until about a few weeks ago, and I saw you in Tulsa.
Yes.
When you're still you're living in Springfield. I hadn't seen you in Springfield, but I ran into you randomly in Tulsa. Like how?
Yes.
Why?
Randomly twice.
Twice?
In fact.
Oh yeah, because we both went to the Need to Breathe concert.
Yes.
In Tulsa, and we randomly ran into each other beforehand, and then afterwards we randomly ran into each other, and now we're randomly not running into each other here in Springfield.
This was planned. Samuel brought equipment.
I did. Yeah, I didn't just randomly go door to door asking like, "Hey, do you want to record a podcast today?" And like, no, we had this planned out. And
I saw you at Ben Rector too.
Well, that was before you moved back.
Oh, true.
That was like in April.
We can leave that out.
Yeah, no, we can keep that. It's good. It's good. But yeah, we ran into each other.
I didn't know a single song.
Hey, it's all.
And Ben Rector pointed at me and said, "If you don't know any of these songs, you can go ahead and sit down."
And did you sit down at that moment, or did you just stand up and embrace it anyway?
I just stood up.
Okay.
I didn't want to let him down.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good because he didn't call you out, I guess, directly by name then.
True.
And that was the same concert where I talked about before that I ran into him as well.
Yes.
Randomly before. I ran into Ben Rector in Tulsa before I ran into you in Tulsa. What are the odds of that?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It really is.
Just two dudes at two different times.
Good times. Good times. Good times. Also, randomly, we have a new country listening to the podcast, Argentina. I've never been there.
Oh, okay. I have not been to Argentina.
Do you know anything about Argentina off the top of your head? That's factual.
Samuel, what is your favorite kind of wine?
Welch's
finest.
Martinelli apple cider.
That's some Whole Foods pretentious level apple juice right there. My favorite wine is called Malbec.
Okay.
And 75% of it is grown in Argentina.
That is amazing. Where's the other 25% grown? No.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know? Okay.
I shouldn't say what I think.
Well, we have a connection then to Argentina because of you.
Thank you.
And your drinks.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Oh my gosh. You do listen.
I have listened to the pod.
Okay, that's good. We've mentioned you multiple times on the podcast, so hopefully you heard those shout outs here and there.
Yes, when I'm pulling late nights, working tax deadlines, and I hear my name mentioned, it brings a tear to my eye and a smile to my face. I appreciate it.
Good times. Hey, that's what this podcast is here for, to bring tears to your eyes and smiles to your faces. So that's our new motto of the Until Next Week podcast right there. So just a quick grinds my gears segment, the classic segment of the podcast. Hopefully you thought of something good. I'll say mine first, just in case you forgot what you were going to say for this part of the podcast. So what grinds my gears is just finding out where your co-host lives 5 months after he moves back to town. Yes.
That's not fair.
I was like, hey, do you want to record? I'll meet you over at your place. And then I was like, hey, I'll be there soon. He's like, I don't live there. I'm like, yes. Wow.
Samuel's getting ready to drive 2.5 hours to Tulsa.
Oh, yeah. That's where I was going to go. I was going to go to Tulsa. No,
I'm actually 10 minutes away.
I was going to go back to where you lived prior to moving to Tulsa, just assuming that's where you still lived. And then you told me you were at a completely different house. So I'm glad I reached out,
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for reaching out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of reaching out, just one other thing. Something else that kind of grinds my gear is when I text you and then you just randomly respond like days later. I'm like, what? Or even today, I was like, hey, when do you want to record? And then, I said like the house I was gonna go to. He's like, I moved somewhere else. I'm like, where did you live? Like 2 minutes later is when I responded. And then it was like 2 hours later, you're like, oh, I moved to this address. And I'm like,
it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Texting is not my forte, and neither is speaking on the phone or communicating in general.
And that's why we're on a podcast together right now, because it helps. That's how you grow, is by being on podcasts with close friends.
Absolutely.
I know. I was reaching for my mouse, but I was kind of hoping you'd put your hand out as well.
Thank you, Samuel.
You have very soft hands.
Have big
oh
thumbs.
My word!
Your thumbs are large.
Wow, that was weird.
It's from hitting that 10 key all day, every day.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to think for a second. I was like, what are you talking about here? Yep. I don't know if any of that picked up, but he picked up a random keyboard and was putting it right next to his microphone.
That's my 10 key. That's my 10 key.
That's your 10 key. I know, you were practicing. Again, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. One other grinding my gears segments.
You have 3?
This would only be... I guess it is 3. Sorry. I've been having a bad week, I guess.
You're an irritable man.
It's when popular podcast like very popular podcasts, they just have horrible podcasting etiquette. And of course, like what are you saying? Like your podcast isn't huge or anything else, and you're about to call out the biggest podcast in the world. Yes, I am. I randomly was scrolling like Facebook or Instagram the other day, and it had Joe Rogan, like a clip of his popped up, and it was him with Elon Musk on his podcast, and they were just straight up eating a pizza, and like you could see him chewing and gulping and swallowing, and I was like, this is nasty. Why? No one can listen to this podcast with what you're doing.
Yes.
Everybody should have unsubscribed at that moment, and then went to the Until Next Week podcast and hit that subscribe button. You know?
Absolutely.
Hit the subscribe,
you would have
like
retired.
it, follow on Instagram, etc.
The volume of listeners does not dictate what you can get away with on a podcast, in my opinion.
Yeah, they get such a big platform of people who just are like, oh, it's Joe Rogan.
Something that we could do that would be more appropriate is we could blaze up on the podcast like Elon and Rogan did.
Oh, so are you talking about like the Blazers, the NBA team? So we put on jerseys.
Yes, the Blazers, yes.
Yes, and we can't play basketball right now.
That's true.
But maybe later we can get on our Blazers jerseys, or you could have been talking about like Blazers, like your suit that you wear. So
I meant our blue Blazers. Yes.
Okay, blue Blazer. Sorry, so not basketball. So we just dress up and then we go on like a professional dinner. I see what we're talking about here.
We'll get into that on the fall style segment.
Okay. Yes. Hey. No.
Sorry, did I go
give
there?
Me hints
Did
yet.
I just go
not
there?
Hints. Okay. Hey, we'll get to it. We'll get to it here shortly.
Rats.
But first, I need to know, Jackson Frazier, what grinds your gears?
I don't know if this is something that's been mentioned on the pod.
Okay.
But I think this is a sincerely terrible gear grinding issue. And that would be
This sounds good.
That would be the Chipotle on South National.
Okay, for all you people, there's 2 Chipotles in Springfield, Missouri.
Not enough in my opinion.
I guess just don't go to the one on South National, according to Jackson Frazier. But why? Why is that?
Once a week I go there, okay? Every Thursday. I work from home. My roommate also works from home sometimes, and we have a standing routine where we'll visit Chipotle on Thursday. And over the last couple months, it's been the quality of the food and the workforce has declined and degraded substantially. So the last time I went there last week, they had all the doors locked, and they said we are only taking online orders because they were so understaffed. You couldn't even go through the line.
That's horrible.
Yes,
because. Just really quick, online orders, typically you get drastically less food because they're not looking you in the face. They're not seeing, oh, this guy's 6'6", like I need to give him all the beans he's asking for. It's like half the size of the burritos.
It's going to be the workforce would be number one grinding gears. The lack of it.
Yeah.
They don't mix all the toppings in the bowl or on your burrito before wrapping it up. So you get a big bite of guac, you get a big bite of queso. The third issue would be the parking lot.
The parking lot is very small there.
It's insane.
Yes. Yeah.
And it shares a parking lot with the dispensary, so it's always popping.
Well, for a while they had where you could pull it behind that, I guess, dispensary or whatever, and you could park there. But then they didn't like that, and I was like, okay, I'm just getting Chipotle. I feel like I'm not the one in the wrong here.
Yes.
Like,
I almost wanted to be a paying customer at the dispensary just to get a parking slot at Chipotle. It would have been worth it.
It's only for the Chipotle, I guess. Gosh.
I'll do anything for the Chipotle.
Yeah, I guess any. Yep.
You know what else is grinding my gears, Sam?
Oh, what else is grinding your gears?
Sporting KC soccer.
Oh. Why are they? I think I probably know why, but why are they grinding your gears?
I went to one game. There's a lot of hype down here in Southwest Mo. Everybody's wearing their Sporting KC. You know, they're cultured.
I don't think I've ever seen someone wear a Sporting KC jersey in my life.
What?
No.
It's everywhere.
No, we have the St. Louis team now, who has multiple Missouri State guys on it. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But their team has had a huge losing streak, and it's really been grinding my gears. Not unlike my OSU Cowboys, who I'm only a fan of by extension of that school being my mother's alma mater.
Alma mater. Okay.
You know why I'm wearing this hat today, Samuel?
He's wearing an OSU hat. I'm assuming because it's your mom's alma mater, as you just said. Is that probably why you're wearing
Latin?
it? Oui. Oui.
And bonjour.
No, I don't. Yes, bonjour. Bonjour.
So today is Bedlam. Today is the big OU versus OSU rivalry taking place at Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
When's the game?
The game is this evening at... I don't know what time.
Okay, well,
6 p.m.?
So make sure to tune in 2 days ago to watch the game. So that's really important. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, then it was 3 days ago. So make sure you tune in in the past so you can watch that game.
Yes, and OSU has had the biggest losing streak probably of their football career. So we're expecting OU to dominate, which is where my dad went to college.
Oh, that's awkward.
I grew up in a house divided.
That is
when it came to Bedlam.
How?
I don't know.
How?
It's an excellent question.
How did you make it to this far in life? Like, I don't even know.
I said I'll split the difference and I'll go to Mo State because bear up.
Yeah, bear up. And again, look at us now. You're in your Missouri State gear.
Yes.
We're on a podcast together. Like, this would have never happened if your house would not have been divided in the first place. You need to find that good central ground, and you got that with the Missouri State Bears. Bear up.
That's a big part of my testimony, actually.
Okay. That's good. So something I mentioned a few episodes ago, I think it was like on episode 42, I was talking about how I was trying mouth taping, which I don't know if you listened to that episode.
Hostage tape.
I actually just use like the KT tape because it works the same, and I had that already, and I'd have to buy just random strips that are like $1 a piece.
True. I just go to Lowe's and I buy duct tape, and they're like, "What's that for?" And I'm like, "Well, I have some mouths I need to tape shut." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Have a nice day. So yeah. With your, I guess, athletic background, what are some of the weirdest health things that you do? Because again, mouth taping for most people are like, what is wrong with you? That's pretty weird. And I feel like you are more so on the weird side of the health spectrum.
I need to clear the air on this. So I'm a NARP, okay? Samuel is an athletic person. I'm just a non-athletic regular person.
Yep.
When we were in the womb, he fought for more of the nutrients and was more blessed in that regard. So I am kind of a late bloomer. I like I do some road biking. I started running in college. Things for my own health and wellness. And so I'm not an athlete per se, but I enjoy supplements. I
don't know if anything that's picking up right now, but he's shaking some supplements. It looks like fish food.
It is fish food, actually.
Oh my word!
So Sam. Health hacks I've been getting into. So I see I have two sources for my nutrition.
Those are 4 bottles.
2 information sources.
Okay, 2 information sources. Good.
So the first one is another podcast. Can I mention another podcast on this podcast?
Sure, why not?
Okay, the Ben Greenfield Fitness podcast.
Don't listen to that. Listen to this.
Definitely don't listen to that.
No, okay.
Unlike and unsubscribe from them if you are following them.
Yeah, but even if you just found our podcast from somehow their podcast, unfollow the other one immediately and start listening to our episodes twice as much.
Yes.
Okay. So
Ben Greenfield Life podcast, formerly Ben Greenfield Fitness podcast. He's a scientist and health researcher who is on the cutting edge of a lot of quote unquote biohacking. Not my favorite word. I listen to a lot of his podcasts to keep myself entertained while working, and then I also see I call him the Quack.
Oh, the Quack.
I see a Quack in Springfield. He's an excellent nutritionist, very big in alternative medicine. He helped me get over mono, COVID, and strep when I had them back to back. While Samuel and I were at this. Yep.
Just like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James.
That's exactly what I thought of.
That's why you took your talent.
That's what I thought of.
That's why you took your talents to Tulsa. You're like, hey, the big 3, and like, okay, I'm coming back. I got to come back home, guys. I got to win a championship here.
Home is where the heart is.
Yes, it is. Okay.
So currently, let's see. I have a run tomorrow for the Bass Pro Fitness Series. I'm doing that with some buddies. So I'm taking some CoQ10 mixed with BioPQQ, which is black pepper extract.
Whatever you're about to say with all these, you could tell me about anything, and I'm just going to say like, okay, cool, and go with it. Okay, but yeah.
Okay, so the CoQ10 BioPQQ with the shilajit, which is like a type of mushroom.
Yep.
I guess. I don't know anything about that. I was also, my nutritionist recommended some bioavailable copper. Because apparently it is the best chelator of heavy metals in the bloodstream.
Yeah.
And I don't actually know anything about what I'm saying. I'm just repeating it from the nutritionist.
You're reading the label and everything else.
I just say yes.
So what's in your fish food?
So this is bee pollen from a company called Beekeepers Naturals.
That's clever.
And this bee pollen is very good for your immune system and other things I can't mention on this podcast.
Yeah, it helps you be healthy. That's what we're talking about. Be healthy. Okay.
Yes, it's great for your gut. It's helped a lot with allergies.
Your last one, I read the word, it said athletes or athletic on it. So what is your last supplement?
So this is these are amino acid tablets from the brand Keon, which is the aforementioned podcaster Ben Greenfield's brand.
Nice. Okay, so that's all your main.
Why do I start using large words when I'm on the mic?
Because it gives you like this weird sense of security or confidence where you just feel like, okay, I got to talk a little more professional. I got to have the bigger words.
If you've said aforementioned in the last week, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcast about it. Hit 5 stars on Spotify. Leave us a voice memo. Whatever you need to do. do it now.
Yes.
No matter, even if you didn't say those words, please do it.
If you said aforementioned or any other word in the English language, please go ahead and do a Samuel's said.
Yes, there we go. And follow the Until Next Week podcast Instagram. We are blowing up, sort of.
There's so many jokes I need to make right now.
Nope. Okay. I think for me, I stopped doing the mouth taping
Samuel,
thing.
yeah, what about you? What about your health supplements?
So I did the mouth taping for a little bit, and then I started waking up after I woke up fine, and then I would get ready for the morning, and then I'm like, I feel like I maybe didn't get a lot of oxygen last night, so I was like, this is probably a bad idea. So I stopped doing the mouth taping. Besides that, I typically just do the stereotypical multivitamin, get some extra maybe vitamin C, maybe some zinc in there.
Those are rich in heavy metals, by the way.
Maybe some quercetin.
Oh, good.
I think there's a few other ones. A lot of it's just hey, be healthy. And then I consume a lot of caffeine at the same times.
Yes, Samuel is buzzing right now.
Buzzing.
Or as the millennials would say, he's vibing. He's literally vibrating right now.
Yeah, because can't you tell from my voice and how I've been speaking, I've obviously sound much different than usual.
Yes.
It's mainly because I'm drinking the Celsius, which when I said there was 200 milligrams of caffeine, Jackson almost just blew up. And that was after I had a coffee this morning. But
that's extreme. That's extreme.
It takes a lot of caffeine to make this train go.
Yes. You know, one of the greatest blessings this year in the food realm has been the Panera Sip Club. We can't talk about that.
That was more like a couple years ago, and then because you could get it for free. I got it for 12 months for free because each time a 3-month demo would be done, I would cancel it, and they're like, "You want another 3 months for free?" I'm like, "Let's do it." And they'll cancel it, and they're like, "You want another 3 months?" I'm like, "Let's do it." And then I cancel it, and you want another 3 months? I'm like, sure. And then I'd cancel it. And eventually they caught on.
99 cents for 12 months?
And after, after 12 to 15 months, they stopped giving me the option. I'm like, I'm not paying $7 a month. That's not worth it to get 27 drinks.
No. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
So you still do that?
I do. I've limited myself to going about once a week. I'm trying to wean myself off caffeine.
So do you usually get, hey, that's crazy. Do you usually get the coffee, or do you get those not spiked, but those caffeinated lemonades, or what are you doing there typically?
I'm doing black coffee.
Okay.
I've been getting into black coffee more and more.
Do you like the taste, or do you have to add cream or sugar or honey, or do you just like the healthy aspects of just the black coffee by itself?
I like the rush, the kick.
Oh, the kick.
It really helps with taxes.
Because taxes are taxing on your body, and you have the caffeine in your body. It'll help you stop the taxing of the taxes in Texas. But we're in Missouri. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Texas doesn't have income tax.
But they still have taxes in some capacity, just not income.
They have franchise tax.
Okay. Well,
if you're listening to this in Texas,
shout out. Keep listening. Thanks.
Congratulations on avoiding
income taxes.
Individual income tax.
Yeah, way to go. Shout out to all our Texas listeners. Man, good stuff.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, because you talk about not having income taxes in Texas?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of clients have been moving to Florida. Florida doesn't have income tax.
Yeah, Florida.
And there's a beach.
Is it only Florida and Texas? Are those the only two without the income taxes?
No, I think there are at least 10 states.
That's nuts. I'm kind of surprised Missouri doesn't have that.
I wish.
Yeah, it would be good. It'd be good.
We have good roads.
Something else, kind of going back to the whole health aspect, weird things that we do. Again, this isn't necessarily weird, but do you ever get all those free supplement ads all the time, on Instagram or Facebook? Because so many times they're hey, we'll send this to you for free. The other day I got a t-shirt, a water bottle, and 5 pre-workouts, and it's just pay shipping. I'm like, okay, it's not really free.
And you did it?
I've done it twice.
I always think they're a scam.
Yeah, it's it's $8 for shipping, and then they try to send you other emails. But yeah, I got a t-shirt, a shaker bottle, and 5 pre-workouts for $8. I'm like, okay, that's probably worth it. And then one other time, I did it for a nice shaker bottle and 5 pre-workouts.
There's a lot I would do for a nice shaker bottle.
Yeah, shaker bottle. You ever go to the supplement superstores place in Springfield? Yeah. They randomly just have days where they give out nice t-shirts and nice shaker bottles. The other day, they did it for Halloween. They had a shaker bottle that's got a Halloween version and a t-shirt.
What? Was it pumpkin spice protein powder?
There's no protein powder specifically, but they did have the shaker bottles and the t-shirts. I have extras if you'd like one.
An
Maybe.
S2 shirt?
Yes.
I would love one.
Okay, I can bring it to you sometime, assuming you don't move back to Tulsa and don't tell me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the P in my middle name, Jackson P. Frazier, stands for poser.
I thought you were going to say protein.
I'm the guy that walks into S2 and I do the body scan. I say, thank you, have a great day.
And then walk out. And like, did he buy anything? Like, nah, he's just scanning himself. So shout out.
Everybody needs to scan themselves frequently.
Yes. Man, I don't know where we're going with that either. But
It's okay.
I know where we are going. This is somewhere that you tried to take us earlier when you were talking about fall briefly. And I thought it'd be interesting, because having like a guest on the podcast is a very unique, I don't know, it's just very unique. And I figured one of the best ways we could keep this conversation going was by drafting our top 4 fall style essentials. We know all you want to know.
This?
Like what do you need to wear? Like what is most important during the fall, attire wise?
And I will mention Samuel is wearing the wife beater previously mentioned.
Yeah, I'm wearing the tank top. Yep. It's because it's cool and I had a sweatshirt on and it was toasty in here and I didn't want you to turn on the fan because if you turn on the fan, who knows what will happen here. But,
anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Anything.
That's why we kept the fan off, and that's why I just took off my sweatshirt and I have my undershirt on. So we'll keep it. We'll keep it at that. Okay.
Good.
But yeah, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first, or how do you want? Yeah.
Thank you for that question. I have a very simple philosophy.
Yes.
Natural fibers. Okay.
All right.
Do you know what a natural fiber is?
Are you answering the question? I'm confused.
Yes. So fall. Whatever you're wearing in the fall, I think the staple philosophy in that would be you need to wear natural fibers. You need to wear 100% cotton. You need to wear 100% wool.
Okay.
You need to wear leather.
Okay.
It's not about piecing. I don't believe that guys wear outfits. Okay.
I just asked, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Like, where are you going with this?
I'm sending it.
Okay.
I'm doing this.
Okay. Oh, so you are going first.
I'm taking the mic.
Okay. Keep going.
You have your own mic. But
yeah, we do.
Okay.
So natural fibers, 100% cotton.
So you need, yes, it's not about pairing this or that or this color and that color. I don't believe that guys wear outfits. Girls wear outfits that they pick out. Guys wear clothes.
Okay. I'm kind of intrigued where you're going with this.
And you don't want to overthink it. Okay. You need, you need some flannels in there.
Wait, just really quick. You said you don't want to overthink this. And I asked you, should I go first or you go first? And you've been talking for 2 minutes. It sounds like you're overthinking this, but no, just keep going. Just keep going. It's not my podcast.
Jackson took the wheel.
Yeah. Okay.
JP.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So you need to have wool pants. They can be mixed with nylon.
So is this one of your picks already?
Yeah, I'm going with wool pants.
Oh, for your number one pick, because we'll go back and forth. This is snake draft.
Snake draft.
Yeah, so that's your first pick, and then I'll go and pick 2, and then you pick 2, and then I pick however many I have left, and then you pick how many. We're not going all at once. We go back and forth here.
Okay.
So wool pants.
Okay, so wool pants, it can be
your number one selection.
100% wool. It can be merino wool. It can be Shetland. It can be tweed.
I don't know most of those words.
Essentials. And woolly, not worsted.
Okay. So woolly wool pants.
Flannel wool pants is an essential. So that's fall and winter.
That's your number one overall pick on the fall essentials style picks.
Sure.
2023.
Sure.
Okay, that's good. So I got to write this down really quick. First pick for Jackson, wool pants. I did not have that as one of my essentials, so thank you very much.
Have you ever worn wool pants in your life?
I don't think I have, which is why it wasn't on the list.
You're an athlete. It's okay.
Hey, I was an athlete. Now it's just a mindset. So now I get 2 picks, which is great for me because I have 2 that are basically unbeatable here. So stinks for you.
Shoot me through best shots.
My number one pick for fall essentials is a nice plaid shirt. You can't beat it. Like if you go to any trendy church nowadays, if you see any worship leader, if you see anyone at a coffee shop, do you know what they have on? First of all, they have a massive beard. Like that is an essential. But if you don't have the massive beard, you can at least wear the plaid shirt. You kind of roll up the sleeves a little bit. You look so trendy and also very basic. Yes. And that's why I think it's one of the biggest essentials during the fall.
Sure.
And it's a plaid. It's a plaid shirt. You're right. Yeah.
What's your favorite color in a plaid shirt? I feel like if there's a stripe of color in there, what's the color that needs to be in there?
Red is one of the biggest essentials to be in there. And then with the red for the fall, it also goes well if you want to take it to the Christmas season, which we are in, but technically is not winter, so we're talking fall essentials. But I think red needs to be the primary color, but then you don't want something like really light. So I think like red and black go well together.
It's like a buffalo plaid.
I guess so. Yeah. Thank you for helping me here. Hopefully that's a real thing.
If you know what a buffalo plaid is, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe
hit the
button.
like and subscribe. Please leave us a 5-star review, etc. This is just a friendly reminder. So I think plaid shirts has to be my number one pick.
It's a staple.
Number two, I'm surprised this is still on the board at this point because, again, you picked the wool pants. I'm just picking jeans. Jeans are, especially for us, like, men, how many guys out there are wearing the wool pants like you said? I didn't even know that was really a thing. So I'm going just the jean route because you have the jeans and you have the wool shirt. Like, that's enough outfits for the entire fall season and winter, and honestly most other times a year as well. And jeans, like you could go with the tight jeans, which you never get off afterwards because they stick to your skin, or you could go something a little bit more comfortable. So I would go the more comfortable route.
Okay.
And I think just, again, between the jeans and between the flannel, like you could be, again, like in any rock band that's trendy, you could be in any coffee shop, you could be in any church, etc., and you just look like you fit in.
Sam, I've never worn jeans to church.
In
my life.
I'm sorry. You just wear your wool pants, right? Is that what's happening here?
Chinos.
Okay.
As a baseline, and then wool dress pants from there.
Isn't chinos kind of like Lululemon?
Church. Is what?
Isn't chinos like Lululemon? Or is that not a brand? Is that an actual thing?
No,
chinos?
Chinos are a style of cotton pant. It's like a casual, like khaki pants or
like
navy
khakis.
pants.
Okay.
Yeah, you can call them chinos.
Well then, so I just call them khakis. But see, that's...
Yeah, it's khakis.
Okay, we were separated at birth. That's why we talk about this differently
but
here.
See, they're wool khakis. They're pleated, creased, whatever. And then there are chinos, which are more casual.
Okay.
That's what you might wear to work,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so
I like it.
Wool pants for you for your first pick. I had plaid shirt and jeans. What are you going with your next two picks for your fall style essentials?
My next two picks. Gosh. Well, I know for sure that the next one would be, it's not an actual article. We're going back to the philosophy of this.
No,
Sam.
You can do that. That's part of
Okay,
this. Good. You have freedom to speak up, unless I edit you out. So then you don't have freedom. You have freedom to a certain extent, and then I have the final call.
Yes, you do. I'll respect it. Okay, so the first pick was wool pants. Okay, and the next two are going to be two philosophies that I would impart to you.
Okay,
the one that I mentioned previously, we need natural fibers. Okay,
yes.
And I cannot stress this enough. Polyester has no place in the fall wardrobe, in my humble opinion.
Okay, just really quick with polyester. I'm a large person, by very lanky and stuff, and something about
what
you're talking about coffee, right? Yep,
yes.
Probably
pound cake.
Don't even know where that was going, but something with clothing in general is it shrinks quite a bit, and I always get worried, especially if it goes like long sleeves or something. Like if I buy this and it shrinks up, will I ever be able to wear this again? And that's the biggest thing about like cotton clothing that it worries me. Like I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. So having that polyester in there, especially for a tall, like lanky guy like myself, and for you, it just helps reassure me that this will fit after one of the washes. I know some of you might be like, hey, just don't throw it in the dryer. I'm a simple man. I need a dryer. I don't have time just to hang it up because then a lot of times it gets too stiff or it takes forever to dry out. I want something I can throw in the dryer because I only have so much time to do laundry because I'm on this podcasting kick 24/7.
That is a very valid point.
Okay,
and we also have very similar proportions. We're both 6'6". We both have.
We were separated in the
6'7"
womb
wingspan
for you.
Yes, yes. So to that, I would say you must buy clothes. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
we're on the first philosophy, which is just natural fibers.
Yes.
The second philosophy, which I'm glad you brought that up, Samuel.
So was that your pick? Just the natural philosophy?
Natural fibers.
So natural fibers is
as a
your
philosophy
full
is my pick.
So natural.
So no
fibers,
polyester,
no polyester. Okay, so
what's in Lululemon? What's all that stretchy stuff?
I don't know.
Elastane?
Elastic maybe? Elastigirl?
Lycra.
Who?
Lycra.
Who do you like?
Cra.
I like Cra. Okay, so
I love Cra.
Okay,
actually.
So natural fibers was your number 2 overall pick. So your number 3 overall pick for your fall style essentials.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought this up earlier, Sam. Fit is more important than anything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Clothes that don't fit do not belong on your body.
Just throw back to the early, that picture of like the 2003 NBA draft with like LeBron James and the full white suit. Everybody has like the baggy suit jeans and like the suit jacket. I'm like, what? Why?
Or Tiger Woods. I mean, think about when they were golfing in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Turtleneck baggy. It looked like a poncho.
Yeah, it's rough. Okay,
comfy, though.
Okay, so fits
everything. So all of your pants, okay? I'm not talking about jeans here, but when you buy wool pants,
chinos, yeah.
You need to get your clothes hemmed. I'm talking to particularly to my larger
larger fans.
To the taller fans out there.
Okay.
It's can be difficult for Samuel and I to find things that fit.
We are both 6'6".
Yes.
Basically.
Get to know your local tailor. Give them some business. Let them hem those pants, baby.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. So fit is everything. And I don't want to get too picky, but like, if you thrift a couple cool shirts or whatever, and you need to get them brought in a little bit, don't get crazy with it or too picky, but just make sure you look nice. Not too baggy, not too tight.
Okay. I liked how you kind of went the idea behind the style. Like, that was really good there, Jackson.
Thank you.
Very good.
I don't believe in picking out a quote-unquote outfit and hanging it on a hanger for your next day.
Because we don't wear the fits. We wear the items.
Men just throw on some pants, throw on a shirt and some nice shoes and call it a day.
Yeah.
If you overthink it, that's my third philosophy. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, and this is big parts of our fashion podcast here. So for my final two picks, I'm glad that all the ideas I originally wrote down are all available. So I have multiple different ways I could take this.
I'm not surprised.
I think one of these will probably be an honorable mention after the fact, unless you select it. But for my number three pick, I think I'll leave this one. Ooh, this could be good. No looking. I think I'm just gonna go with it. I think the third overall pick here should be that cowboy hat that Bear wears from Need to Breathe.
Oh, the Protestant hat.
I did not know that was what it was called. Is that what the Pilgrims wore when they came over?
Well, Catholics prefer a different type of hat.
I don't even know why.
Pilgrims had buckles on their hats, right?
I think they probably did.
I dressed up as a pilgrim once in elementary school and I had a buckle on my hat.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is there a belt on my head?
That is, I think it's because, again, elementary school, you don't always know how to dress yourself. You're like, where does the belt go? And you put it on your hat instead of around your waist.
Yes.
It can be confusing back then a little bit.
And then there's smaller belts that go around your shoes that have buckles on your shoes.
It's so confusing.
They love buckles. They would have loved the word buckle.
Yeah, buckle. Yeah, shut up. Had a friend who used to work at Buckle, Joe. But trying to get my thought process again. So those hats, again, they're like, looks like a cowboy hat, but it's like flat all the way around. I don't actually own one, but if you've been to a Need to Breathe concert, you will see them everywhere.
Yeah,
like they literally, so they're so stereotypical, like for the fall styles. That they were selling them in their Need to Breathe store. I've never even heard. Yes, they had those hats for like $125.
You're kidding.
You could buy at the concert, and like that is nuts. But people had them on everywhere.
Rumor has it Bears hats are all made by Stetson.
I think
right?
I
are
think
they Stetson hats?
I think they might be, because I feel like I saw the word Stetson up there at some point. So I think they might have like a collaboration going, which is kind of crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Stetson hats are nice.
They're really nice. They actually they're all handmade for all I know. They're all made. I
think you're right.
I've heard that 100 pair of hands touch a single Stetson before it hits the.
I would never wear a hat unless it was touched by 100 hands.
Do you know what the most expensive fabric?
Cotton, polyester.
that Stetson uses to make their hats?
Leather.
This is just a piece of meaningless information. I don't know why I know.
It's a podcast. That's what this is all about.
Beaver hats.
I did not know.
You can pay up to $5,000 for a Stetson beaver hat.
Give me 3 right now. I want them.
Give you 3 hats?
Yeah. It'd be great for the podcast. I can wear it for this audio-only podcast.
You would look like a cowboy with your joggers and wife beater and Stetson.
Stop. It's a tank top. That's what we're calling it on the podcast, at least.
I like your
but oh my word, I will probably bleep what you just said there. But something else. with like those hats. If you've ever seen like a Trey Kennedy girls fall video, like every single person is wearing one of those hats because it's the most stereotypical thing you can wear in the fall. So that has to be a fall style essential for that very reason. And if you want to be one of the most like stereotypical people you can during the fall, get one of those hats, wear the flannel, like I said, and the jeans.
And that's what I was going to say, Samuel. Everything that you mentioned about what guys should wear for their fall wardrobe is exactly what Trey Kennedy wears. When he's impersonating.
I'm actually just looking at a picture. Okay, what does Trey Kennedy wear in fall videos? Okay, that's what I need. Also, this is, I don't think you're going to say this, so I'll just say the, I guess, honorable mention right now. Just like one of those big baggy scarves. You can just like put it around your neck and everything.
Baggy scarf.
I think, I don't know, maybe it's just a big scarf, but I feel like he always wears those as well.
Fabrics, stay away from the Shetland wool.
Yes.
It's itchy.
Go
for some merino wool. Treat yourself.
As long as it's natural fibers, that's all you need per Jackson Frazier.
Yeah.
For my fourth pick, I don't think any fit can be complete during the fall without a Starbucks cup with pumpkin latte in it.
Okay, Trey Kennedy.
Yeah, if you have your pumpkin latte and your Starbucks cup, you will be able to finish off your fall style essentials. Because what are you going to do without a coffee cup?
What are you doing next?
Walk around like a crazy person?
What are you doing next? Pumpkin carving with your girlfriends or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you got to do all the stereotypical things. Pick up some go through a pumpkin patch. Go through a.
They're all closed now. Now that we're past.
Well, yeah, because we're in the Christmas season.
But
we're in the Christmas season, but it's still during the fall. So we're not in winter technically. So we have our fall style essentials in this weird kind of in-between period where it's still Christmas season, but people still wear the fall gear.
This is true.
So this, I think I felt like that was just implied, but I should have explained that better. So I'm sorry. And I apologize to all the loyal fans out there.
I forgive you. Let me grab.
He is feeling my muscles.
Nope.
Yep. Okay.
Speaking of, I do have a question. Do you have any crazy corn maze stories?
Corn maze
or any
stories.
pumpkin patch stories? Were you ever traumatized as a child?
My sophomore year of high school, I went to a haunted corn maze with some of my friends. I'm much taller than all of them. It's just some high school friends and stuff. I don't think you.
The Verano.
Yeah, the Verona maze or whatever it is. It's like a haunted corn maze.
Yes.
And of course, I am not a big fan of like scary movies or anything else. So this was not on the top of my to-do list. And basically, I think I might have left claw marks in my friends because I was like holding onto their shoulders or arms so tightly. I was like, this is horrible.
And you're the biggest target. You're the biggest target out there.
I know. They can see me coming from a mile away. And I'm like, I don't like this.
They see that Stetson floating 6 feet above the corn stalks and they're like, oh, there's Samuel.
Yeah. It's rough. So I not a fan of the haunted season.
Spooky season.
Not a fan. But Christmas season, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Merry Christmas.
Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Broncos?
I think that's what Russell Wilson said whenever he signed with the Broncos. He's like, let's ride. And now he's been horrible for them. But that was our sports segment of the podcast.
I don't watch sports.
Yeah, of course. I can tell. Okay, so those are my 4 picks. You had wool pants, natural fibers, fit. What is your 4th pick of this fall styles essentials draft, Jackson P. Frazier?
Oh, I didn't know I had to have a 4th.
That's what I said. So the idea is...
we have an equal number of suggestions.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens.
Okay, I'm gonna say a nice pair of leather boots. Okay?
Leather boot that I hate. I like that.
And I'm not gonna say... I mean, we want to go for quality here. So hop on eBay, find some made in the USA.
Natural fibers boots.
Yeah, find some solid leather boots, baby.
I like how you say go for quality. Go to eBay. I'm like,
dude,
not a sponsor.
Go to eBay. Shout out.
Not a sponsor.
They've helped me. And find some made in the USA full grain leather boots. Okay.
But, black or brown, or does it really matter for your outfit, like what color the boots are?
I don't know that it matters that much, Sam. I think it depends on the rest of your color palette.
Yeah, your color palette. What you're feeling on that day.
Sure. Yeah. Are you feeling black or are you feeling brown?
Yeah, I feel like for the Christmas season, you see like Santa Claus, and I feel like he's always wearing. I mean, it could be brown boots, but in my mind, I'm picturing black boots. So I feel like if you get to when it starts getting colder, you change to the black boots. When it's more like the fall essentials time, I feel like brown could be the choice.
That's an excellent theory, Sam.
Yeah, and I'm getting it all depends what your whole outfit looks like. But I think the brown until it gets really cold, and then you change to black boots. Is that a good theory?
I like it. I like it. Do you own a pair of black boots?
I I don't think I really own many boots. I mainly, if I'm going like that kind of route, I'm more so wearing like dress shoes, so like black or brown dress shoes, because honestly, those go pretty well with jeans still, and jeans being one of my picks. It fits. It works. So I need to probably pick up some boots sometime here in the future.
If the shoe fits, you must have quit.
Or the boots, I just don't know where I'm going with that. The boots fit, then yeah.
Yes.
That's
a great selection, Sam.
Great stuff. Okay, so just again, so for my top 4 fall styles essential picks, I picked plaid shirts, jeans, the cowboy hat, otherwise known as a colonist hat. Is that right? Colonist? Pilgrim hat?
A Protestant hat.
Oh, wow. I don't even know my own picks. Plaid shirt, jeans, dang it. What is it?
Protestant.
Okay. Plaid shirt, jeans, Protestant
It's literally
hat.
Protestant season.
I just said it. I got it. I got that time. Protestant hat, and then a Starbucks cup with pumpkin latte in it. And then you picked wool pants. The idea of like natural fibers, no polyester. The fit. And then your last pick was leather boots.
Just boots.
Some
manly boots.
Okay. Do cowboy boots fit in that for you or no?
They do. I actually got my first pair of cowboy boots last week, and
really?
I'm quite pleased. I'm now 6'7.5".
Ooh.
So I'm a little scared of heights when I put them on, but
it can be scary. But it's just all part of the season, and I'm happy for you that you're trying something new.
Yes, I love jumping out of Richard. Oh, my car.
Oh yeah, his no clarity.
I love jumping out of my sedan with some cowboy boots. It's really a great clash.
It's just like, why does this guy look so manly, but he's driving a car he named Richard?
Hey, it's masculine.
Yeah. How many miles does that car have now?
We just topped. I drove back from Fayetteville on Thursday afternoon, and I hit
Fayetteville, Arkansas, correct?
Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I hit 317,000.
That's crazy. I think my big white bus is at like 230 to 240,000. Yeah, some massive mileage on these vehicles. But after this episode drops, we'll be rocking those Teslas.
Yeah, guess what profession Samuel and I are both in?
We
buy the vehicles we drive.
That's a fun game. Like, hey, what are they doing?
They're not accountants.
No, not at all. Okay, that's good. So I'll put this as a poll. Like, let us know, who do you think had the better fall style essentials picks? And if you pick me, I'll make sure to rub it in Jackson's face. And if Jackson wins, I'll make sure to delete the poll.
And if you like dressing, if you're a man, you like dressing like a girl or Trey Kennedy, and you vote for Samuel, then I understand. I get it.
Yeah. He does this stereotypical stuff in his videos, so I can understand why you'd want to kind of follow his route. But
yes,
some good stuff there. I think we're at like 47 minutes, so I think we're going to kind of start to wrap up here. I know.
Oh my
gosh.
It's fun. That's like 2 episodes of The Office.
Thanks for comparing this podcast to The Office,
You're welcome.
That's shout out. So quick final thoughts. We had the poll on the episode last week talking about like, hey, is Cheesecake Factory a worthy first date location? Just really quick, do you have any thoughts? Some people apparently think that Cheesecake Factory should never be a first date because it's not fancy enough.
A first date? Well, it depends on your philosophy of first date, Samuel.
Well, I mean, in general, would you take someone for a first date to Cheesecake Factory? Or if you went to Cheesecake Factory and then they're like, I'm not going in there, what would you think in that scenario?
If the girl says she's not going in there?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not walking in there.
Because it's not good enough? Or
good enough for, I guess.
I think it would be a great first date location.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to get nice and full. You're going to get some cheesecake. I mean, you're going to be... Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against it.
Okay,
I'm also a big fan of Texas Roadhouse.
That's what. No, that's the thing. They're saying like chain restaurants shouldn't be included, like ever in a first date, and we're like, you're crazy. So we had a poll, and whatever our results say is obviously representative of this nation in general.
It's gospel. Yeah.
And 86% of the people who voted believe that Cheesecake Factory was a worthy first date location. So shout out to you. Clap. Yep, that's good. And this makes complete sense because we had a response on our last Spotify episode, which you can leave comments and then we can post them and you can read them again and be like, hey, that's me. Shout out.
Shout yourself out.
Yes, you can do that. I'll post it most likely. Allie Hoopy, longtime listener of the pod.
Hey, Allie.
She put in those comment sections that don't listen to these girls. They are insane. Chain restaurants, coffee, and Chick-fil-A are great first dates. Wholeheartedly agree. Shout out. Shout
Huge
out.
shout out.
Shout out. Yes.
Thank you for adding that to the world.
Jackson, do you have any of this random final thoughts or anything you want the people to know? It could be
Final
anything.
thoughts.
It is anything you're thinking of. Is there anything that you want to get off your chest?
My final thought would be, if you ever set a goal, make sure that you work towards that goal every day. Practice makes perfect. Be diligent.
Do you have like any goals in general that you're trying to work towards right now?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm running a half marathon that I've done about 5 training runs for.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's like
okay.
That's like 13.1 miles. What's
Really?
your farthest run
Are you
you've
serious?
done? Yes.
Oh boy.
What's your farthest run you've done so far?
I ran a little over 6 miles the other day.
Nice.
And it went well. You know, I call myself the king of the 10-minute mile. And I don't compare myself to other people. I just do what I like to do in the running world. I'm more of a cyclist, but running is just for me it's a fun social way to connect. There are going to be so many people there tomorrow that we all know.
Yeah. Well, that we just both looked out the window. There's this little kid who ran by and was like, "That's what is happening right now."
And he's all alone.
Like,
he is 4.
No. There. It looks like his parents are coming by as well. Okay. Shout out, or that's his siblings. I have no idea.
They just came back from a 3-month trip in China. I'm not even kidding.
Are you really?
Yeah, my neighbors.
Oh, yet you know who they are?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just random people? That's awesome. Okay, cool. Very cool. This is a great time to get into our sponsors of the week.
Wait, let me guess. Hold on.
Yep. Think it through.
There are a lot of supplements on this counter.
You probably know who our number one sponsor is.
You say it.
It is Jesus Christ.
Yes,
he is our number one sponsor of the week. And, being the guest on the pod, I asked you earlier, like, hey, would you have a verse of the week you want to read off for all the Until Next Week listeners? And you were like, of course I do. Do you have that pulled up?
I do, Samuel. So
yes.
I was reading 1 Thessalonians. It's an interesting book. It's written by Paul.
Yep.
About 20 years after the death of Jesus. Around 50?
Yeah.
80?
Yeah.
It's amazing what
somewhere there.
Wikipedia can
I
tell
know
you.
a lot of the New Testament was between like 0 to 100 AD. So
really,
yeah.
When do you think Revelations was written?
I don't know. Probably between 0 to 100 is my guess.
Was it written before or after 37 AD?
I don't know.
It's okay. We don't need to go there.
Maybe next week. We'll wait until next week to discuss that. Maybe we'll see. Depends if Dane wants to come back on.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your verse?
So my verse is coming from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting with verse 12. Paul says, "We ask you, brothers, to respect those who labor among you and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love because of their work. Be at peace amongst yourselves. And we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with them all. See that no one repays anyone evil for evil, but always seek to do good to one another and to everyone. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you."
This is a good word.
It's Thanksgiving themed.
I was getting ready to say, I was trying to think like, okay, what do I want to say about this? And like whenever it said like to give thanks like in all circumstances, I'm like, that is pretty relevant for this time of year.
I didn't even think about it until I read it. Yeah.
It's crazy how that happens. It's like, hey, if you read the Bible and read different words, stuff might pop out to you.
We should change Thanksgiving holiday to Give Thanks holiday.
Give Thanks holiday. We'll copyright that right now.
It goes from a passive to an imperative. You must give thanks. It's a command.
Give thanks right now.
Because we're commanded to.
Yeah, there we go.
At all times.
Give thanks.
Pray without ceasing.
Shout out. Okay. Number 2 sponsor of the week, Jake Trust and Art.
Jake Trust and Art.
Have you met him? I don't think you have.
But after listening to the podcast,
you feel like you know him.
I have stalked his online portfolio.
He's got some good stuff.
Does he have an exhibit at First Friday Art Walk?
I'm not for sure. I don't think he did, but unless you saw something differently.
I don't know the names of any artists, but I like going there the first Friday of every month. I
went yesterday, but I was like, I don't really know how this works. I've never been to this First Friday Art Walk, and basically they just have, because yesterday was Friday, and it was the first Friday of the month.
Oh my gosh!
You didn't really miss much, but I mean, they do have some random places with art up, but yeah, he has a lot of crazy good stuff. So
nice, check it out.
Yeah, Jake Trust and Art, number 2 sponsor, and then our number 3 sponsor is the Parlor Donuts crew. You have no context in this, but
Parlor who?
You know what Parlor Donuts is?
No.
They're like the very like, I don't know, like kind of bougie donuts. I feel
More
like
bougie than Hertz?
Yeah, they actually taste good.
Is it in Springfield?
Yeah.
Where is this place?
They have one like in Branson by the Landing, but then they opened one recently. Over by Andy B's, that bowling lane place. But they're like very, I don't know what they're called. I don't know if they're more like cronuts or what.
Cronuts.
I don't really know. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called. But they're just really good donuts. And I walked in because they had like a free donut special today.
You would.
I probably should have let you know. And because I'm in K-Life, I know a lot of people who work there. Because a lot of K-Life people randomly work at...
Is it owned by a parent of a K-Lifer?
I think they are associated with Kanakuk in some capacity, or maybe K-Life. I'm not positive who owns it. But there's at least 3 people from K-Life who I know who work there. And they were all working today. So shout out to Keaton, Kara, and Chloe who helped me get my free donut today. Like... Shout out.
Nice. So they deserve all the respect.
Yeah, they get all the respect. Huh? What did you say?
They deserve all the respect.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, obviously. And that's why they're one of the sponsors of the week, because they helped me get a free donut, and they deserve that respect. So, I don't really know. I think it's kind of... but yeah. I don't know if I'm going with this. Yeah. No.
Samuel's learning a foreign language.
I was just mumbling my words. I didn't know what I was saying. But yeah.
That's amazing, Sam.
Yeah. So keep telling your friends if you enjoy this podcast. Make sure to leave us voice memos from the links in our bio. Or if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
On Apple or Spotify. Again, like leave us those 5-star reviews. Follow us on Instagram. Do all that fun stuff.
Yes.
And if you do, we will give you a high five virtually, or if you post a voice memo, we will play it on the podcast. I don't know. If you're listening right now, shout out to you. You can be a sponsor of the week. Go you. You did it. This is the hardest thing you did this week, listening to all of us ramble for 56 minutes.
This is the hardest thing I've done this week.
Yes. And shout out, you did it. You're on it. You're on the podcast. So thank you again.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you for being on the podcast, Jackson. Please shake my hand.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, I need to get it.
Yep. That was a good handshake.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on the pod.
Thank you for having me, Samuel. It's a pleasure and honor. Mm-hmm. And it was a sensational podcast episode.
Sensational.
Shout out to David.
Wow, my brother. Okay. So yeah, thank you again for listening. And this has been episode 45 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Until next week. Cut me out.